Hail, you sad YouTubers out there. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm assuming you're watching this because you ain't got nobody to be with. So, today's going to be fun. I've gone all out for this video, and you know me, I like doing special things for special days. So, I'll show you some of the things we're going to need for this little project we're trying today. Glass bowl. A rubber glove. At least this. What is this, you say? Well, if you're a faithful follower of mine, you'll know it's a BB gun. P08 Luger BB gun. CO2. Alright, so we're going to need that. We're going to need the scale. I got this around Halloween. They're molds for making hearts. I don't know what you're supposed to put in them, but what I've done is I've made ballistic gel hearts. So you're saying, oh, good for you, you made ballistic gel hearts. Whoopity-doo! I don't care. Well, I want to be as scientific as possible. So, I went out to the grocery store. And the advantage of having an Asian grocery store nearby. Pig hearts! I'm going to calibrate my ballistic gel to pig hearts. And then, of course, I'm going to throw some BBs through that pig heart, too. We're going to use the gun. I'm going to step up to a more powerful rifle. And the process for testing, we need one more thing. Screwdriver-ish screwdriver. Well, look what I put on the tip of the screwdriver. There we go. What is that on the tip of the BB? It's a BB. It's a BB. Those are the same BB I'm going to be shooting the ballistic gel in the heart with. So in order to test the accuracy of my gel, I am going to put it on this little tray here. And then I'm going to stab it with the pen, or the screwdriver, and we're going to see how much force it takes to actually pierce the pig heart and the gel, and we'll see if they match. I'll go over the density of the gels when I start doing the test, so give me a second and we'll start that, shall we? Okay, test number 1. So this little jelly heart here, 84 grams. It has 8% pure gelatin by weight. The gelatin I picked up from a place you guys aren't going to ever heard of back in USA land, but Bulk Barn. But it's just pure gelatin. It's animal gelatin. And it's 8%. So I used 100 milliliters of water, say, and I'll put 8 grams of the powder. If you're American, do the conversion yourself. If you're not American, you don't need to do the conversion. So right now it's showing 8.4 grams. I'm going to clear that. And I think for this test, I'm going to push down, and you'll see that number rise up. And when I get penetration of the BB all the way up to the collet, I'm going to stop. There we go. Pushed in. So that took about 84 grams of force. Not a lot. So this thing is little tougher than it's a little bit tougher than Jello you'd eat. So that one, no bueno. So I went and I made a second batch of the gel, and that's this guy here. Tougher. Still wiggly squiggly. Actually, let's clear that. See how much this one weighs. This one weighs 65 grams, so it's a little bit lighter. This is 20 to 1, or 20%. Should I say not 20 to 1? 20%. So let's say I use 100 milliliters of water. I put in 20 grams of the gel. So let's clear this out. Oops. I'm going to drop the BB off the end of this screwdriver thing. Clear that out. Push the BB back on. Force, force, force. We're already at... so we're just over 90 grams. Let's try that one again in a different spot. That takes about 100 grams of force. So, roughly a 20% increase in the amount of force it takes to penetrate that. Now, shall we get on to the fun part? And it's only fun if your name happens to be like Jeffrey Dahmer. So, rubber glove. This is the same process they use for checking prostates, by the way. That glass bowl earlier, because I don't want to get pig all over my... Oh my god. Okay, I'm just going to do this under screen. Oh, it stinks. It does not smell like something you want to eat. God. Oh, hang on. Gotta zero that back out. Okay, zeroed out. How much does a pig heart weigh? That's what everybody always asks me every day. 354 grams. So, significantly more than my fake hearts, but it's also significantly bigger. And keep in mind, all a heart really is muscle. And ballistic gel is ideally meant to mimic that. Alright. This is really gross, guys. Here we go. 30, 90, 100. And it's slipping. I'm going to try a different spot. 200. It's not piercing. Oh, this is really gross. It keeps squishing. How am I going to do this? Oh. Okay, the BB is inside the pork. You saw that maxed out, I think, around 300 grams. Okay, I'm going to take this one glove off. I'm doing something gross here, guys. Ugh. I have to clean all this crap. Ugh. Okay. I've got a flat piece of heart now. Let's clear that up to back to 0. Now, hopefully this heart won't move around on us. So, well, 1.5 kilos, 1,500 grams. Not anywhere near, way over my my ballistic jelly hearts here. Let's do one more on this little heart here. Yeah, so this is about 150 grams. Doesn't compare. I don't know what tissue this would compare to. Maybe liver. So, skin, I will have to do some more experiments in the future. But for now, this is what I got. And this is all you're going to get. All right. Let's get on to actually shooting these little buggers. So, as mentioned earlier, I was going to use this Luger here to do the shooting. But I forgot that it is not an actual pellet gun. So we had to switch off to this guy for most of the testing, at least with the pointed pellets. But I will be going back to this guy. The only difference is it uses these steel BBs, a little bit smaller than the 5mm. They're not the airsoft, so we're going to use that as well. But to start off, I do want to do a chronograph test. Okay, word fire. Whoa! went full auto. What was that? That was cool. We'll do it again. Wow, is that right? That can't be right. That's got to be the air. Let me move this thing back a bit further. What is going on here? That's showing 1,043 feet. Is it really firing that fast, guys? I guess that's what ballistic gel will tell us, huh? I'm going to put that back on safe so I don't shoot myself. Wow! Okay, I don't know what's going on with this. But if those numbers are accurate, this thing is like super crazy. I've never seen it rapid fire like that before. It makes me think maybe there's something wrong with the assembly. So what I'm going to do is actually drop the mag. Drop the mag. I'm going to do the full takedown to see if there's anything wrong with it, because that was weird. Trigger, safety, sear. Alright, I'm just going to put it back together. See if hopefully maybe there was just something minor like that. But that was weird. Very cool. But it's not supposed to do that. I'm thinking maybe those speed readings might have been a little bit off, because okay, we're back from the testing. I'll get to the results in just a minute, but I do want to say I had to switch out because I forgot that Luger was not a pellet gun. It was actually just an airsoft gun, and those don't have no power. They got nothing. They got nothing. Alright, so we're going to take a look at the results, shall we? So, the most accurate measurement I can think of. And we're going to start with number 1, which was the weak jelly stuff. Alright, so here's the first heart. This is the 8% gel. The BB sitting in the front there is the only one that stuck in. The first one fired went down a little bit and stopped in about here. So that doesn't really count because it hit the bottom. So that flashing's because my battery's dying. So I get this better frame for you guys. So measure the first one where it dumped out. You have 21 millimeters. So 0.845 inches. The other one, so this was out of the pistol as well. I don't know what that was. Anyway, that's out of the pistol, so you're talking about 48.8 millimeters or 1.96 inches. The rifle just went clear through. Got one good shot of the rifle going straight through, so that's roughly 100 millimeters or 3.8 inches. So clear to say, cool, fun, but not super accurate. As to, well, doesn't really replicate much very well. I don't know what this would be. Long, probably long, something like that, something soft. So let's move on to the more interesting one. The 20% gelatin by weight. We'll take a look. So we had one good from the so 3.47 millimeters. Oops, I didn't meant to hit 0. I meant to hit... So we'll try that one again. 3.48 or 1.33. Going back to this guy, what did we say we had? 1.711. 45 millimeters. So kind of interesting. It actually should have penetrated more, and it did. You can see there the difference of the penetration between the 20%, or sorry, the 8% and the 20%. And as usual, the full-size air rifle just went straight through. I think it left a pretty neat little trail in the gel. Not as solid yet, but that's what you experiment for. So I think we're on the way. Now for the gross, disgusting one. The actual heart. I'm going to zoom out a bit for the heart because it's a bit bigger. So looking at the heart, 1 and 2, that was from the pistol. I'm a little impressed, actually, that the pistol even made it in, considering the force test showed that it might have some hard time getting in there. And then this one, just in, just barely in. But count, the BBs are not really damaged that bad. So you have 2 shots here very close together. That's actually the air rifle. I do believe they might have gone all the way through. If you look at the damage here, that looks like it's penetrated all the way through. Only one way to find out, though. Let's dissect our pig's heart. It's this membrane right here in between the chambers that's really tough. So who's hungry for a nice romantic dinner tonight? Hey, my wife can't say I didn't get her anything. Let's just straight down the middle, shall we? Open it up like a nice taco. So what are we looking at? Entered here. I don't believe that's a track. I think that is... that actually might be the track of the bullet. Right there, guys. You see where my finger's coming out? I do believe that's where it went. Not feeling any metal or anything in here. So, I think we have full penetration of the heart. So who says I'm not romantic? This is why I'm romantic. Actually, this is disgusting. Anyways, guys. I don't even want to hit my OBS thing. Let's see. Alright. Ah! I'm frozen! Okay, I gotta take my gloves off. Ew, okay? Ew. But anyways, we're done. We're done with these little hearts. None of these anymore. Alright guys, so we have our ballistic, homemade ballistic gel here. Just gelatin and water. So as I was saying before, this is 8% here. This green one is also 8%. This one here, 20%. And I believe that's also a 20%. And this one here is 40% gel. I did this one last night. We had some failures, so I made a much tougher one because as you'll see in the heart is particularly hard. This one turned a little bit. Issues here. I think this one got damaged. Yeah, that's damaged. Okay, let's see if we can get the green one out without damaging it too much as well. I think it's safe to say the 8% is not very good. Alright, so I'm just going to clean this up a bit. I'm going to try to shoot that way through it. I'm not hoping for much. I'm not expecting much. But it's worth trying, huh guys? Alright guys. New CO2. High speed recording. High speed recording. Lay it on its side. Oh! Impressive. Ow! I think these CO2 canisters are at a much higher rate than even I was expecting. I'm going to get this thing back out and see what speed I'm getting. Air. .280 seems about right, so that's not too bad. Okay guys, here we go, round 2 with the 20%. Yeah, that's shooting more than one round at a time, I would say. Straight through, too. Yep, looks good to me. Alright, let's do the CO2, or the SIG. I think that went straight through to say. Alright, looks like they're going straight through. With some force. This guy is going to be hard to get into frame and fire. So I'm going to have to do it like so. 1, 2, 3. Straight through. So it's safe to say that ballistic gel is powerful weak. Didn't catch a single pellet. But it looks really cool. Do you know what? I'm going to pause this. I'm going to try something else. Alright, so what we're looking at here is not a football. It's actually one of the paths under the microscope that the 1.77 millimeter BBs have left. Not the most impressive thing, but it's fun, different look. That big sucker away. Let's get the green one in here. Can we see any of the wound paths here? There's one. Oh, look about the same, really. Looks like plant, doesn't it? Okay, let's move on. Alright, so we're going to demold the 40%. As you can see, this one is solid. Let's do... I don't... Actually, no, I do have the scale here. Let's see here. Let me put this aside. Pull up the scale. And we'll do that BB penetration test that we were doing the last time. Need to find on. So 350 grams what it took to pierce the pig's heart. .200, and that's just barely getting in. So that's the closest yet. Obviously with something like this you can always add more gelatin and make it thicker. Oh, it captured it. Let's do another one. Or two. You can see the 3 of them captured there. They went almost exactly the same length. Alright, put that back. Wow. Caught it, but it started going out the bottom. So let's aim a bit higher. Right in the same spot. Let's try off to the side of it. Let's see. So it's going further than it did into the actual pig heart, which is interesting. You can see on the bottom, it's going a little bit further. Now, uno, dos, tres. That shot the metal BBs out of the heart. Let's just leave that one in there. Try that again. Uno, dos, tres. So straight through for sure. Track it, start going a bit shallow. So go straight through. You can see the nice clean line. And one is sitting right there. I maybe only had one in there. I don't know. Oh wait, no, is that the other one? Nope. No, let's check if I'm out. Oh, I got one more. Let's do one more, guys. Uno, dos, tres. Uno, dos, tres. Alright, we are done with the testing on the fake hearts here, and I'm pretty happy so far. I think we can come to some usable results, and I think we can also plan ahead for the future, maybe do a different test, a thicker mold. I wanted to use something small in this case. I want to use something smaller than, well, so it wouldn't cost me a lot of money. These molds were on sale after Halloween at Michael's, or aka Hobby Lobby down in the States. I think you have Michael's too, but same company. The 20% here, you can see every single pellet passed through. I didn't do an airsoft test. The total length of this one here, if I can find where I put my little measuring thing. Oops, what did I just do? I think I saved a still. There it is. Alright, so let's get back to that shot there. So in millimeters, it easily passed through 87. Now if we combine that going into the 40%, we have a penetration of 113 millimeters, which is 4.4 inches. And I was saying the other one here is 20% goes straight through 3.5 inches. So looks cool, but doesn't really match up to anything when it comes to biology. Like I said, it will be different if it were something like liver or lung or something like that. But yeah, for compared to what do you call it, ballistic gel, it doesn't really work. So we go back to this one here, firing just the round balls. You're looking at about 2 inches or 53 millimeters. Now, when you go to the pellet, that does increase slightly. I remember I shot some of these pellets out. So it goes to about 60 millimeters or 2.3 inches. That's decent. Like I said, these are not firearms. These are BB guns. Now, when it comes to the more powerful air rifle, which is not like a full-on firearm, but it's getting darn close. It, again, penetrates straight through, but as I said, I'm not surprised. It penetrated completely through the pig's heart, so it makes sense. This would penetrate straight through. The difference in density, I think I would probably try increasing it again to another 20%, so 60%, or let's say 100 milliliters of water to 60 grams of gelatin powder. Now that's getting pretty thick, but you can see this is still see-through, and if you look at a lot of people's homemade ballistic gels, they're completely, well, let's say opaque. Well, yeah, opaque, translucent. They're translucent, not opaque. Opaque means you can't see through them. This one's got some deformation, but I think that's from smashing into an existing pellet. And I think that came out of the air rifle. This was the one that came out of, actually, if you look at that, it looks like they might have smashed, I don't know. But anyways, those two definitely hit each other and stopped. I think this was from the air rifle. That was from the Sig Sauer here. This one is back. This one is right way around. So that's from the from the Sig. All right. So this is the conclusion for the 40% mixture. Cost wise, I think something like this, it's hard to say. I have to look it up, but it's a couple bucks to make one of these things. It's not prohibitively expensive. Like I said, if you were to go out to make a, shoebox size, 14-inch brick, something you were going to use for actual ballistic testing, like you see from science, then you're going to have to use a lot of money. But like I said, I don't know what the clear ballistic gel is. I don't know if you can get them in Canada, but I'm happy with this, and hope you guys will stay tuned and look for future improvements on this recipe, and I'll make them available as I can. And I'll put in the description exactly how much it costs to make the 40% for you guys.